Yesterday I was discussing with Amma on Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Swami is not everything in this existence. Prakriti with all elements, Panjabhuta, not a vritti of Chitta. Now, some of the vrittis may be also vikalpa, delusion, or even imagination. In other words, except for your wonderful classic example of absolute darkness, still I need no torch or light to know I am here. Prajnanam Brahma, direct experience. Everything else, including sunrise, rainbow, all vritti, it's a question. Except so-called aparokshanubhuti. Why so-called aparokshanubhuti? So what is the question?
The question is, you answered just now actually in this.
Yes,
I got the answer. Purnam Madam Purnam Midam. But is everything a vritti only? Everything what we are experiencing is a vritti until we get the jnana. Once we get the jnana, then Purnam Madam Purnam Midam becomes jnana.
Existence is experienced as I am. Aham. இந்த அனுபவம் இருக்கு எல்லாருக்கும். Sarvanubhuhu, experienced by all. In spiritual quest, we are not seeking answer to a well-formed question. We are seeking a center for eternal rest. Right? Whether it is vritti or whether it is real or whether it is unreal is not at all our problem. Unmai, inmai, in உள்ளது நாற்பது பகவான் சொல்றார். சத்தியம் ரிஷாவா, சிதிதம் ஜடம் வா, துக்கம் சுகம் வேதி முதாவிவாதஹா. He says whether it is true or untrue, whether it is consciousness or matter, why bother about that? When the ego is not niraham pratitihi nishtaha, in deep sleep you experience that joy, so too in the waking state, you go to the center, you will find nirvriti, kaivalyam, fulfillment. That is what we are seeking. So this explanation like this is mithya. It's all like, I will say it is all medicine. This Vedanta pravachana is a great therapy. Any teacher, acharya, is a healer. As Buddha always used to call himself as a healer. Ashtanga Hridayakara, in the very beginning, there is a shloka about some, generally they say it is about Buddha. The Ayurveda Grantha, the Ayurveda text Ashtanga Hridaya begins with a shloka on Buddha where he says, I am going to that great Vaidya. That Vaidya is not healing the physical body. He says, Ragadi Rogan Satatanu Shaktan Ashesha Kaya Prasritan Asheshan Autsukya Moha Aratidan Jaghana Apurva Vaidyaya Namostu Tasmai. To that Apurva Vaidya, to that incomparable primordial physician I bow. And what did that primordial physician do? he did not treat the body, he gave the medicine to the inner disease, that is attachment and aversion. And that disease is not pointed to one place, it has spread out everywhere in the body. Ashesha kaya prasritan. Due to that, various problems arise. I want to know about the world, I want to know about this, that, and delusion comes. Kashaya sthiti comes, boredom comes, vikshepa comes, all that due to ignorance about the real inner center, where there is nirvana. So that dosha, that great teacher removed. Bhagavan says he is a Vaidya. Upanishad says Rudra is a Vaidya. Shiva, Vishwaha Bheshaji. That auspicious medicine. He is the Bishagwara. Bheshajam Bishag. Vishnu Sahasranama is a Ishvara is the medicine. He is the doctor. And about Arunachala, Bhagavan says Paitya Marandu. This is the medicine for madness. So ignorance Bhagavan calls as madness. So this is a medicine. And this Anubandham is a medicine. And this talk is a medicine. It's ENT. It goes through ear, that's all. It's a medicine, ear drops. So this medicine from through the ear, it directly goes to the heart. If it goes directly to the heart, the medicine works. If it goes through the ear and comes through the mouth, it will not work. If it goes through the ear and goes just to the brain, it will not work. So the essence is, without Chittavritti Nirodha also, you will have peace, provided let the Chittavritti be there, you go to the center. There the I, the Aham. Chittavritti Nirodha is an upaya. First you try by Chitta, because so much of disturbance is there. You are not able to see beyond. In road, so much traffic. Somebody standing there, you are not able to see. When the traffic is not there, you are able to see. Like that, when the mind is still, you are able to see the beyond. So, stilling the mind is an upaya. But don't have the delusion that you all your life you can have a still mind. It is not possible. Mind is also a limb of nature. If other limbs are there, it will also be there. Like the senses, Jnanendriya, Karmendriya, Prana, Mana, all limbs. So without that limb, even the ego is also a limb. Ashtadha Prakriti, Gita Bhagavan says, this ego, because otherwise confusion will arise. You have to go on asking, who am I? Not asking yourself. You are asking everybody. No idea about myself. Identity crisis. That is not realization. Some people, it's a very dangerous thing because misunderstand Vedanta, and some people, they think that mental retarded state, many things are there. They all compare it with spiritual experience. You think it is spiritual experience. Very disturbing. That kind of distorted knowledge. So, for a jnani, all the senses, the mind, the intellect, everything will be clear. Because even during his sadhana, it is all distilled. So the senses are in order, the mind is in order, the intellect is clear, And in that temple, you install that Kaivalya Murti. Then we say body, mind, senses are not there. Means what? Like the mirage, water in the mirage. Actually, they have no reality. You are no more deluded by that. You should have this right knowledge. So, vritti is also like that. Thought. So, when you don't give reality to the phenomenon, vrittis will not be strong. But you need vrittis to interact in the world. That will be there. Otherwise, it will be like sleep. No vritti. But you can neither interact also. In fact, we need vritti jnanam. Swarupa jnanam we already have. We need vritti jnanam. Manasaivedam aptavyam. As the Upanishad says, with the mind you have to know. The mind has to absorb the truth. The mind should be emblazoned with the knowledge. And then the mind subsides, or mind, if necessary, becomes active. But the enlightenment remains incorruptible. It is not due to my power. It is the very power of the self. It is the very nature of the self. So we call it pramanika jnanam. It is the authentic knowledge.
With jnana, vritti will not affect us.
Yes. Shrotavyah, mantavyah, nitidhyasitavyah. You listen, you contemplate and abide. And when that becomes firm, clear, vrittis also are not a serious problem. See, certain Mahatmas, they have the vibhuti, like a siddhi, to remain without vritti for a longer period. That can happen with jnanam and without jnanam also. That you can see in spiritual world. Certain people would not have attained jnanam, but they can remain without vritti for a long period. That when that quality comes in a jnani like Bhagavan, it has a rare beauty. But the same thing you can see even in Tiruvannamalai, you can see. For years they will be staying in that torpor-like state. And there you can see the other side also. Enlightened beings, always active, working. But you can neither deny their jnanam, crystal clear jnanam.
Today in Pravachana, I got a wonderful answer. Purnamadam, Purnamidam, you compared it to the meditative state, then you come out, still it's Purna. Clarity is. So that is also Purna, this is also Purna. When you are having no vritti for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you are just absorbed in your own being.
But there is one thing. Tena tektena bunjithaha. When there is clear renunciation, then this Purnam will be Purnam. Otherwise it will disturb you.
That is jnana.
That's the secret. You say Purnam and involve, then you will that Purnam will swallow you. That is tena tyaktena bunjithaha. By renunciation, this also Purnam, that also Purnam.
We need our quarantine, whatever we need to do.
Patanjali uses the word. When Bhagavan Patanjali says vritti nirodha, he continues vrittaya panchadayaha, klishtaha, aklishtaha. Thoughts are of, vrittis are of different type. Certain the vrittis, they give you klesha, which we call samsara. And there are vrittis which do not give you klesha, suffering. So klesha is that which we are trying to remove. Avidya asmita ragadvesha abhiniveshaha kleshaha. Ignorance minus ego, attachment, aversion, and tremendous clinging to life. This is klesha, suffering. And removing klesha is nirvana. Bhagavata says, Sanklesha nirvanam upaiti nanyatha. Sanklesha nirvanam is the word used. Ithikku Thirupugal sonar. Madiyal vittaganagi, manadal uttamanagi, padivagi shivajnana parayogattu arulvaye. என்ன பாட்டு? மதியால் வித்தகனாகி, புத்தினால் நல்ல கிளியர் நாலேஜ், மனதால் உத்தமனாகி, மனசு ரொம்ப சுத்தம், மனதால் உத்தமனாகி, சிவஞான பரயோகத்து பதிவாகி, எஸ்டாப்ளிஷ்ட், அந்த ஸ்டேட்டை அருள்வாய் எனக்கு கொடு. அந்த மதியால் வித்தகனாகி ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். அந்த கிளாரிட்டி. அத்வைதம் வேண்டாமே, ஆத்ம வித்யா தான் சொல்கிறோம். அத்வைதா இஸ் த ஃப்ரூட், டோன்ட் பாதர் அபவுட் இட். அத்வைத, துவைத, விசிஷ்டாத்வைதம் எல்லாத்தையும் விட்டுடுவோம். நம்ம இப்போ தேடுறது நம்ம ஸ்வரூபம் என்ன, அது ஒரு பகவான் ஒரு ப்ரோசஸ்ஸே கொடுத்துருக்கார். அகம் விருத்தி மூலான்வேஷனம். Saying true Advaita cannot be taught, but you need not teach Advaita. We are not even bothered about Advaita, Advaita or Vishishta Advaita, all this Siddhanta. The thing is knowledge of the self. You can certainly inquire, who am I? Find out what is the real nature of the I. This is common to Vishishta Advaita, Advaita, everywhere. All of them are saying the same thing in this aspect. After realization, what happens there? Only all these arguments. So that we will see later. That is Bhagavan's argument. That is, we are not bothered about that. What we need is, as you said, the dark room also, I am sure about my own existence as I am. There you have hit the secret. Because the effulgence, the self-effulgence, the Swayam Prakasha, it is already available to you. Then, where is the problem?
What I am trying to say is, if I taste a mango or you taste a mango, we can only say, have you tasted? I can never put words to that taste.
No. This is not mango. This is mango. This is man has to go. Then what remains is that mango. We can say mango also. The mind also has to go. When the mind is gone, what remains is only the taste. And you need not bother about giving it to that, giving it to others. Those who are ready for that will feel it. Abhido Brahmanirvanam Vartade Viditatmanam. In Gita, Bhagavan says, the taste of Brahmanirvana will be wafting around and over. நம்ம மலையாளத்தில் வந்து தளங்கட்டி நிற்கிறதுமோ தண்ணி இப்படி, அதுதான் திருஷ்டாந்தம். So that is how it was conveyed. Swami Vivekananda said, of course we know it much better in Bhagavan's case, where he said in one of his talks, religion or spirituality is something which I can hand over to you as I can give you a flower. All other things like argument, reasoning, everything is outside. It's the eternal problem of propagation. How to propagate, how to make others understand. It is not possible. And the knowers, they are not concerned also. If someone is understanding or that absorbs it in spite of this, it is not my fault.
No, that can show how to operate a fan, switch it on, fan works. Other things are not can show you what you are feeling inside, this self. Put some words to it.
தானாய் நிலை நின்றது, அது என்னது, அது எப்படி சொல்லுவது, அதை எப்படி கூறுவது, ஏதோ ஒரு வருமே, அது வேற. குறியை குறியாது குறித்தறியும் நெறி, ரொம்ப பவர்ஃபுல். The mystical process of transmitting that highest by mere sign. தன்னந்தனியாய் நின்று, தன்னந்தனி நின்றது தான் அறிய இன்னம் ஒருவர்க்கு இசைவிப்பதுவோ. எப்படி தெரிவிக்கிறது? தன்னை தானாகவே இருந்தது வேற ஒருத்தருக்கு எப்படி சொல்கிறது? ஆனால் குறிப்பு, இதுதான் முத்ரா. இந்த முத்ராவில் தான் தெரியும். அருணாச்சல சிவ, அருணாச்சல சிவ, அருணாச்சல சிவ, அருணாச்சலம், அருணாச்சல சிவ, அருணாச்சல சிவ, அருணாச்சல சிவ, அருணாச்சலம்.